The milieu interior. This will be one of the most common words you will learn and you will experience and have to use during your time with Kington Life Plasma. It is, as you will discover on your own, the basis of health. In 1865, Claude Bernard and Antoine Béchamp, the fathers of modern physiology, introduced the concept of milieu interior, or internal terrain. One, of course, is the French, one, of course, is the English. Modern medicine recognizes that the internal terrain is one of the most fundamental principles in physiology, but has failed to build a practical medical system around it. Instead, the world focused early on pharmaceutical drug solutions which make the symptoms go away but do not get to the origin of the problem. Internal terrain will become the cornerstone of understanding this subject today, and this subject of today's presentation on René Kington's discovery of Kington Life Plasma. And I also believe that internal terrain will become the new direction of medicine for the next 100 years. Here is the most important first thing to learn. What is the milieu interior? The milieu interior, or internal terrain, are simply or complexly the fluids that are responsible for every function of the body. This will be a very new concept for most of you. Disease and poor health are the result of a corruption of these internal fluids, the milieu interior. This corruption impairs every physiological function from the immune system to the nervous system. The epidemic of poor health worldwide and the failure of pharmaceutical drugs to address this problem is causing medical experts to revisit this idea of internal terrain. The only solution to regain true health is to restore the internal terrain. The fluids that comprise this internal terrain exist in many forms within the body, and they are responsible for controlling every physiological function in every animal species. As time goes along, if you pay attention to the information that's going to be offered, each of you will have, I promise, a revelation in your fundamental understanding of the basis of health and healing. René Kington took a strong interest in this concept of internal terrain by Bernard and Béchamp very early in his career, just after graduating from college. His intuitive genius inspired him to look beyond physiology and to explore the nature and the origin of the internal terrain. René Kington was inspired by the work of Charles Darwin, who discovered that life began in the ancient oceans. This led René Kington to look to the sea for answers to the nature of the internal terrain. The nature of the internal terrain. After years of investigation, and hold on to your seats, at least I had to hold on to my seat when I learned this the first time, René Kington made an amazing announcement to the scientific world. He discovered that the chemical composition of the internal terrain of animals was nearly identical to the composition of the ancient oceans where life began. You may need some time, as I did, to fully appreciate the significance of this discovery. In one of René Kington's most famous quotes, "We are truly a living marine aquarium," he is really saying that our cells, our tissues, and our organs are like aquatic life swimming in an aquarium of seawater. Think about that for a minute. The internal terrain includes these fluids. And all of these fluids are both mixing and separating in the body simultaneously, thousands of times per minute. And the physiologists refer to these as the extracellular fluid, the intracellular fluid, the interstitial fluid. The blood plasma is one of them. You all would recognize the blood plasma. The lymphatic fluid, many of you have heard of. The amniotic fluid of the pregnant mother, and the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay? We could spend days just on this topic.